Hey guys, so, first of all, sorry for the long delay on the third episode of this series. Had some stuff I had to handle in real life, but we are back and we are going to continue the Tywin playthrough. I may jump to another character at some point in the near future when I, decide to make another CK3 video. It all depends on how interesting maybe we can get things by the end of this video. Tywin currently is 50, but we are in pretty good health, but we do have gout, so basically we can die at pretty much any time, or we could live for, a decent amount of years. Not exactly too sure. It could go either way. But let's just take a look real quick at the situation. So, of course, I am Tywin Lannister. My wife was dead before the game even started. I have Cersei. She is married to Benjen Stark. Well, she was married to she was married to Robert. I married her to Robert after I helped Robert win the rebellion by sacking King's Landing, as Tywin does canonically. She was married to Robert for a while, but I ended up murdering Robert because I wanted to put Robert's son and my grandson, King Barristan, legitimate child of Robert and Cersei, on the throne, because I was kind of hoping that maybe that would lead to me kind of assuming some sort of, more direct control over the throne. But it's kind of just and maybe make the kingdom weaker as a whole, because I kind of do hope to maybe break free and become an independent Westerlands. But that kind of didn't really work out, so now I just kind of have my grandson as the king, and I guess it would make sense from a lore perspective to support my grandson. But anyway, because ironically that's pretty much what Tywin was doing in A Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire. He was just supporting his grandson, Joffrey. But anyway, so yeah, you probably noticed, by the way, that Cersei and my grandson are Drowned God, the religion of the Iron Men. And that's because, for some reason, Robert converted to the Drowned God. I don't know how or why, but he did, so that's kind of an interesting thing that we got going on. Looks like he's converted some of the provinces in the Crown Lands into believing in the Drowned God too. So yeah, that's pretty wacky, but whatever. So that's the situation as far as the Iron Throne. It's ruled by my grandson, son of Robert and Cersei, Drowned God, King Barristan. Looks like he's shaping up to have some pretty good stats. Tywin, right now, my heir, of course, is Tyrion Lannister. Jaime is still in the Kingsguard. I guess there's really just no way to get him out of it. And it's alright, because, Tyrion's a great character. I married him to Lynesse Hightower, and I didn't even notice that they had a child. Actually, I did notice, because I probably named him Jason. And we're educating him in military matters. He is a genius. That's good. He inherited that from Tyrion. But he also inherited ugly. 20% fertility. That's pretty major. So that's the situation as far as the succession of my lands. Cersei's off, I guess, married to Benjen Stark, brother of Ned. Which, is Ned dead, by the way? I think he died. No, he's still the Lord of the North. One child, Lady Lyara, with Catelyn. Let's just take a quick look at some of the other kingdoms. Mace, still going. He's got Willis, Garland, and Loras. Stormlands is still ruled over by my grandson, along with the Iron Throne. Stannis is still... Oh, wait, where's Stannis? Oh, yeah, Stannis didn't get any land, which is kind of lame, but... the Vale is ruled by the daughter of Eliza and Jon, Alys. The Riverlands, of course, ruled by Hoster, Catelyn Stark's father. And the North, Ned Stark. And what's going on in the Iron Islands? Roderick, son of Balon. That's one of Theon's two brothers, Roderick and Meryn, that died in the Greyjoy Rebellion in the lore. We got Dorne, ruled by Duran. Okay, so that's pretty much all the major stuff we got to look at. And I think it's time to get this rolling. So, as far as the rest of Tywin's life, I guess my main goal is to support my grandson, and then when I play when I take over as Tyrion, I think then I'll try to advance either taking over the throne or becoming independent, one of the two. Not sure. Yeah, so I'm pretty surprised. My last two playthroughs of this mod got a lot of views, more views than any of my other videos ever have. Makes sense because it was a couple weeks ago, I think, by this point that my first video on this mod came out, and it was a new. I think it had just come out the day before or a few days before when I made that first video, so it makes sense that it's a very hot topic. Well, it was. I'm not sure if it is anymore, but I'm not really in this for the views anyway. But I do appreciate them. Very nice. I got a lot of nice comments. That was very good to see. And yeah, sorry about the wait again, guys, but that's just kind of how life is sometimes. So yeah, when it comes to Tywin, we're basically just, you know, we're already like maxed out here. Our ambitions are kind of all fulfilled. There's really nothing more to do. I believe I gave away. Did I give away Castamere? I kept the High Lordship, but I think I gave away the Lower Lordships to my brother Garyon and my brother Tyget. My brother Kevin. I think if I do give away the High Lordship, I'm going to give it to Kevin. Blah, blah, blah. Peace deals with the feelings of sorrow and loss. Gerald is publicly dedicated to me. Oh, you wrote me a poem, bro? No matter how many days twist and pass, the world seems distant as though through glass. Without him, we are but hollow shells on lonely hearts in separate cells. Sure, it looks heartfelt. Not a bad poem, I guess. Oh yeah, and Patchface is still my squire. I forgot about that. 23-year-old squire. Wouldn't that be kind of weird back in medieval times? Pretty sure you were done being a squire way done being a squire by the time of that time. Let's train him in swordsmanship. Might as well. Pretty sure he's been failing at all my other training. Oh, excellent training session. No, I don't want to do tourneys, especially when I'm a 51-year-old man. This doesn't seem very conducive to good health. There's really not a lot of like things to do, to be honest. I don't want to like make it seem like I'm talking bad about the mod or anything, because I'm not. I think I said that in one of my first few videos, but it's kind of just like I mean, it's not really a fair comparison, because Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones mod, was so developed and so you know, they had the benefit of working on it for years and years, so they really just packed that mod with stuff to do. And this is the first version of this mod, so I don't expect it to be you know, packed with stuff like that. But yeah, give me that money. But you know, I mean, it's just like, what am I even doing? That's kind of one of the. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I did have some stuff I had to take care of, so that's another reason why. So that's the reason. That's the main reason why it took me so long to continue the series. But I'll be honest, there was also an aspect of like, I was kind of bored with it, to be honest. But you know, I thought I could come back and try to give it a good show. Let's see. Can build a Castle of the Rock. I mean, we don't really need more money. Money, like I said, I think the money in this mod is kind of handled differently, where it's worth less, like it's less valuable, but you get more of it. So that's kind of the way it works, you know, like inflation. I guess we could use some barracks. Should we do barracks or military camps? Let's go military camps. War declared on Liege. King Barristan, my grandson's being attacked by Hoster, who's my friend, has risen up against King Barristan of the Iron Throne in the Liberty War. Alright, well, this is a Liberty War, so it's really not really that big consequences. But I do think I'm going to side with my grandson, and it kind of only makes sense. But I'd be fighting the Stormlands. Oh, he gave away the Stormlands? Who's the Lord Paramount? Oh, he kept Storm's End, but he gave away the Stormlands to the Estermonts, Lord Paramount Aemon. So if I join my grandson, I will be fighting the Riverlands, the Stormlands, and I think it said the Iron Islands. Excuse me. Yeah. But you know what? I think Tywin in lore, if I'm going to roleplay a little bit, would support his grandson in this war. Yeah, let's do it. Let's support my grandson. And let's raise up these armies. That'll give me something to do. 19,000 men. Seems like I could do better than that. And let's get to marching. It looks like some of my vassals decided not to help me out here. But it's alright, we can manage without them. Did they take up sides of the enemy, or are they just not... yeah, they're just staying out of it. These guys at the crag took up sides with the enemy, so now they need to be crushed. Let's pump this down. Let's siege up the crag. How about that? If I'm not mistaken, the crag are... it's the home of House Westerling. If you're a fan of the books, then you'll know the significance of that. It's actually kind of ironic that the Westerlings rose up against me. I guess I can explain why not. For those who aren't in the know, or maybe only read the... for those who only watch the show, Game of Thrones, in A Song of Ice and Fire, in the book series, the Robb Stark marries... He doesn't marry whoever. I forget even the name of the woman in the show. It's like some like woman from like one of the other continents who comes over that Robb falls in love with and breaks his marriage to the Freys, which of course was the catalyst for the Red Wedding. In the books, he goes to siege this castle here, the Crag. In the books, he marches from the Riverlands. And he sieges the castle, but he gets injured during the siege. And while he's being nursed back to health within the castle, after it's been captured, he's nursed back to health by one of the daughters of the Westerlings. I wonder if is she alive? No. Yeah, he's not. Looks like, yeah. So there's a lady named Jane Westerling who is obviously a member of House Westerling, and technically is sworn to Tywin Lannister, but she nurses Robb back to health, and of course they have sex. And Robb, it's not even really that he loves her, like he loves the woman in the show. It's more that he feels like, well, we've had sex, so now the honorable thing to do is that I need to, if I'm going to maintain your honor, I need to marry you, because that's how it is in a lot of traditional societies. If you have sex, you have to get married, So, in the books, that's actually his wife that he forsakes the match with the Freys for, and that's kind of what directly leads to the Red Wedding. And she also was not present at the Red Wedding, Jane Westerling, in the books. So Robb's wife was not present at the Red Wedding in the books, and is still alive, and is being treated actually well by the Lannisters and the winners of the war. So she's not going to be killed, at least, not by the Lannisters or anything like that, or the Freys. But there is a fan theory that she is actually pregnant with Robb's child. Very interesting fan theory. Okay, what the hell is this? The Lordship of Lansdale, let's just take a look where that is for some context. Down there is an unruly place of diverse belief and governance. Okay, looks like they're pretty in line, actually, but each web of community has its leaders, resulting in a complex web of hierarchy and leadership. Simply, if they all pray to the seven who are one in the proper and correct way, Lemos has stepped forward. It would increase my influence. Lemos has stepped forward, aiming to become the Lordship's new leader, and will host a banquet where you have all the local religious leaders slaughtered like cattle. That sounds like a very bad idea. It would lower popular opinion everywhere, but it would give me plus 30 control only in that one province? I mean, my control's already 100. It seems like there's really no benefit to doing that. Bravosi puppeteers arrived at my court. My steward, having heard, decided to invite him to put on a show for my household. Okay. Puppeteer was disturbing. The puppeteer put on several performances for the audience. One of the comical ones, however, felt like mocking of me and my house Lannister. Oh, I hope I get a chance to take you out for that. If we know one thing about Tywin Lannister, it's that he does not stand for the mocking of his family. Alright, so we're currently besieging down a castle in the Riverlands. Let's take a look. Looks like the war's going pretty well for all involved. Who's actually on our side? Oh, I didn't even realize the North is on our side in this war, so this is kind of how it's breaking down with this civil war here. So it's going pretty well. We're probably going to win this pretty easily. I'm not really doing much to... my part in the war is basically just sieging down random castles. I guess it's good, because when you siege castles, you get cash every time you loot one. Can I march on River's End? Not River's End. What the hell's the name of it? River Run? River's End. Looks like attrition is eating me up, though. I should probably actually pop back real quick to friendly lands so I can replenish my troops. Let's split that up and get them going. Come on. Let's get some replenishment going here. Leo, rower, and killer. My cat is killing rats. Good. Professional workforce. That's good. Septim Balos, End User Hall. Crimson Fields, a new Sep. Are Faithful, and Casterly Rock. That's good. Yeah, by the way, you guys are free to... I don't even know why I'm saying this. This is such a stupid thing to say. I was about to say, you guys are free to pause and stop and read, like, each word of the events. It's like, why am I saying you're free to do that? Like, as if I could stop you anyway. I guess what I meant to say was, I suggest that if you want to read every word of every event that pops up, why don't you pause the video and do that? Because sometimes, if it's kind of a generic event or an event that's not really that exciting or interesting, I don't bother reading the whole thing out loud. Like, for instance, let's see if this one would fit. Yet another day of leading my ranks brings little surprises. Save for my Septim Balos bursting into my throne room, eagerly waving a bag of desserts. See, this is just, like, stupid. It's got a face. It's a piece of dessert with a face that looks like Westerosi Jesus or whatever. I guess it would be like the father. And the war is won. I helped my grandson put down a rebellion, so that's pretty good. What's this decision? Hold a grand tourney. Might as well. Yeah, I don't want to watch every joust. I made that mistake last time in one of the other videos, I think. And we ended up just clicking endlessly. So we got the tourney of Casterly Rock. Probably not much interesting is even going to happen in this. I think for my next playthrough on this mod, I'm going to look up, like, what's the most exciting character to play as, Let's see. You'll have the... Okay. So it's my Castellan versus my one other vassal. He's pissed off already because he's not on the council, but he's got no troops. And he's got more, so I want him to like me. So whatever makes Gerald like me more is what I'm going to do. Or Terran. These are just like lame-os. I don't even know who these guys are. I guess this guy is actually a character, Jonas Bracken, leader of House Bracken. If you know about the lore, then you know about them, the Brackens and the Blackwoods. I don't know why they're in my tourney, though. I guess this is a tourney for the whole realm. Makes sense. Let's see what happened to Hoster. Was he, Nope, he's still 100% in his, land. I'm surprised, actually, the Starks joined that, because they're allies, of course, through marriage with, Ned and Catelyn's marriage. Ransom. I might as well just ransom all my prisoners. Let's do some defensive measures. Lord Paramount Garland, that's the reach for what, though? There's claims. I can get some claims. Nah, there's really no point. Plus, they have a pretty good army. What else was I going to do? Oh, yeah. There's a court event. This is just dumb. I don't know. I didn't even want to read all that. I saw that giant wall of text, and I was like, nah. It's really not that consequential anyway. I guess I can hold court maybe in a little bit. Yeah, but like, you see what I mean? It's just kind of there's nothing going on. I mean, I probably shouldn't keep saying that, because I don't want to make it seem like I don't like the mod, because I actually do, and I respect, the work that the people put into it, because it looks amazing, and I can just tell with more work and more content put in, it's gonna be fantastic. Maybe one of the best mods ever for a Paradox game. I still think Kaiserreich holds that distinction, but how old am I now? 57. I'm kind of just wanting Tywin to die, so then I could play as Tyrion for a little bit. Kevin's loyalty is a lot. My brother, and he would never betray me. He loves me. If you know, if you read the books, or even in the show, they had some scenes. Kevin is very, very loyal to Tywin. So I could say this is beneath me. I guess I really shouldn't base my decisions in the mod based on what happens in the book, because for all I know, Kevin will murder me in my sleep. It began as an occasional treat, an unusual habit, but I'm a good Westerman, and what Westerman hasn't eaten some dodgy herring in his time. Over the last few weeks, Forley's predilection for utterly rotten fish has gone through from tolerable idiosyncrasy to a pungent omnipresence. This morning, when I discovered what he'd done to the latrine, I decided I'd had enough. I found him in the hall, face soaked in foetid brine, half a fisheye lazily dripping down his chin. What a gross motherfucker. Okay. Sit down, Forley. I'm gonna talk to you about your fish addiction. And he's insulted. Well, you know what? Get the hell out of my... Get out. Bye. I just banished you for being addicted to fish. Go to rehab. Damn, Jason looking like a girl. No offense to any men with long hair. It's just looking kind of like a little girl right now, bro, Jason. What kind of grandson are you? And you're ugly. My ugly grandson Jason was taught a lesson in vassal management by Andros. It was quite a complicated course, necessary, but perhaps a bit beyond Jason's grasp. I must let things take their time, Jason says, only by being patient, letting my subjects work at their own pace may I rule wisely. Jason seems unaware that some subjects would willfully waste his time. So I can give him patient, which is a good trait, forgiving, not a good trait, or trust. Yeah, we're going to go with patience. Definitely the best trait out of the three there. So the other ones had some stuff. Wandering Hedge Knight. Griffin, a hedge knight, has arrived at my court. He has requested permission to rest at my keep for a short while he resumes his travels. In return, he has offered me his service for the duration of his stay. This hedge knight will have no traits. As the event progresses, they will gain traits. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, let's see what this is all about. I tasked Griffin with a rather simple matter, overseeing some of my small folk while they completed some manual labor I had levied for them. Griffin did oversee them, but with a heavier hand than might have been necessary. So this is the time of night you are? I think they mean kind of night? I don't know. Griffin has spent the day training in the courtyard, sparring with a few of my household guards. Seems he knows how to wield the blade. Oh, I guess it's going to give him a bunch of traits, and then I get to decide if I want to hire him into service. He's got some pretty good stats. His traits could be a little less than desired. Griffin and Lord Norwin Has spent the day in deep conversation with one, discussing the finer points of strategy and analyzing historical battles. That's based. Love doing that. The time has come at last for Griffin to return to the hedges from where he came. Before leaving, he comes to you and offers his sincere thanks for your hospitality, asking if he can be of any further service. Yeah, why not, bro? Join my court. Seem like an alright guy. Griffin somberly. My treasury is brimming with gold and silver, and all expenses are cared for. I'm expected to offer patronage to an artist or scholar. So I can get immaculate gardens, supporting religious art, funding natural philosophy. Let's do that. Development growth is always good. Maybe it's just because, maybe I see development and I get like a trigger in my brain to select it, because I think of like EU4 development. Oh my god, fucking Hoster Tully really has it in for my grandson. Has risen up against King. Another Liberty War. I guess I might have to go kick your ass again. It's like the SpongeBob scene. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Except I'm the old man. Let's do levy reinforcement. Castellan's gone. Let's get you in there. Let's put you in that. I do like that, by the way. That is a cool thing in this mod, that you have a Castellan who is kind of flexible. You know what I mean? You can make him basically fit any trait that is the best for him. And the Crag, again, are siding with the enemies. I should pull a Reigns of Castamere on them and just destroy their entire castle and massacre their family. You know, just Tywin things. I don't care about that, bro. Yeah, let's see who's in this war now. And he's already instantly losing. Pretty much the same, except this time the North looks like it's having a bit of a friendly discussion about, I don't know, who gets to rule it. Or they're just like, whatever. We don't really want to get involved. To be fair, I didn't really want to get involved either, but I'd rather be fighting a war than just sitting around looking at events, I guess. Pay homage. Has my grandson grown up yet? He did. He came of age. Still not married. Kind of weird. Looking like a bit of a unit. Alright traits. Good martial traits. It's so weird that Robert converted to the Drowned God. That was so out of nowhere. Siege taken care of. Who the hell are these guys? Raiders? My grandson Jason came to me complaining about Victor bullying him. Victor Lannister? Bro, look at this guy. Who is this guy? He's my nephew, son of my brother Garion. He's been staying in bed. You gotta kick Victor's ass. That's what you gotta do. Arbitrary, craven, or lazy? I really can't win with this one, can I? Arbitrary sucks. Craven is almost campaign ending. And lazy, it's just, I mean, I guess you can be lazy. It's really the best option I have there. I think I'm going to siege the Crag, and then I'm just going to chill back in my capital and not really get too much more involved. Sure, bro. That's the Crag siege down. Now let's go chill in Castle Rock and wait this war out. Because we're going to win again. Obviously. I mean, look at the troop counts. Why don't you go into Lannisport? Lannisport's always a place I wish we could see in the books. The city, kind of right in the shadow of Casterly Rock. Very interesting. We don't really see much of the... Well, I guess we see much of them, but it's very interesting, the cities of Westeros. Because, of course, you know, in the Song of Ice and Fire universe, you have the free cities, and then Slaver's Bay over here, where Daenerys does her thing. broken Valyria, and then the free cities kind of rolling up in here. And they're very interesting places. But in Westeros, you don't have many cities. It's obviously a much more, it's a feudal society, so they're based more on farmsteads and plantations and manors and castles, of course. But the major cities, obviously, the one you see the most of is King's Landing. What other major cities are? I mean, probably the most important, at least culturally, major city is Old Town, which that's really weird. That's the one thing in this mod I don't understand. I mean, they did all these great detailed models for, Casterly Rock with the big rock, and with the Vale of Arryn is always that's probably my favorite thing in the mod, how it goes up. I really like that there. But they didn't put the city in for Old Town, which is very weird. Old Town's like, I'm pretty sure it's bigger than King's Landing, I think, in the lore. It's like the largest city in the whole. I mean, they even put the stupid little Dornish city. I probably shouldn't say that they're stupid. Just I don't really care about the Dornish, honestly. I mean, they're better in the books than they are in the show, but still, like, some of those chapters really drag on if you've read it. But yeah, that's just weird that they didn't put Old Town. But so yeah, the major cities in Westeros, you got King's Landing, you got Old Town, which isn't on the map for some reason. You got Lannisport, which I was just talking, which started this whole conversation. And then I think there's a couple up in here, like I think Maidenpool is kind of a big town. Duskendale, I think is a pretty decent place. Decent as in large town. I think Gulltown, yeah, they got it right here, Gulltown. And then in the north, you got, I think really the only city in the north is White Harbor, which we get a pretty cool look at in one of Davos's chapters in A Feast for Crows. Very cool chapter. Davos is one of my favorite characters to read, honestly, in the series. And the whole chapter where he goes to White Harbor is a very, very good chapter. I don't really want any rivals. Let's see if we can get some common ground. I failed. Let's see, this war keeps going. Tywin just won't die. Sure, you can be my headsman, bro. Definitely a much nicer Tywin in my playthrough here. I mean, let's not forget, he still basically committed Westerosi genocide, but that was before I controlled him, okay? We're a changed person now. I mean, I would like the chance to do kind of more evil stuff, but I don't really have the chance. Accusations of witchcraft. Yeah, whatever, burn for your crimes, lady. Dark Cave. One of the children of court, Mark Dover, had taken the wooden warrior of a younger boy and thrown it into a nearby cave. My grandson was there and saw it all happen. Jason flew into a fit of rage and beat Mark bloody. This didn't help the younger boy, who started crying even more. It seems Jason has trouble controlling his anger. Well, wrathful, brave. Let's make you be brave. I don't care if I'll just eat the stress. Oh, now I'm athletic. That's like the best stress trait you can get in that event. I'm just never gonna die, am I? Honestly, we fought 2 wars, did a little bit of development, a little bit of building, talked about the lore, talked about some geography a little bit. I think I'm going to call it quits there for the day, but I am going to continue this playthrough just because I kind of want to, first of all, I want to know what's going to happen with my Ironborn believing King Barristan grandson with a giant friggin' 2-handed sword on the Iron Throne. I want to know how that story ends. I want to play as Tyrion for at least a little bit. What's Jaime doing? That's a cool ass outfit. And I kind of just want to see. I kind of want to wait until like the first generation of all the known characters die. Ned Stark, Mace Tyrell. Oh, looks like Mace already did die. Or am I stupid? Why is Garland the Isn't Garland Mace's kid? Who the hell is Garth the Gross? Oh, there's Mace. Wait, what am I even looking at? Okay, here we go. There he is. Alright, I'm getting sidetracked here. So, alright, Mace got killed in a duel, and Willis, for some reason, didn't inherit the Reach. He inherited Highgarden, but it looks like the Reach was inherited by this dude, this other dude, Garland, who I guess is somehow, I don't even know. Family trees are weird. So yeah, but anyway, I want to wait. I want to play at least until like the first generation of known characters dies. So Duran, that guy's a nobody. You know, Tywin, myself. I guess Tyrion kind of falls into that. What the hell? Was Hoster unseated after? Hoster died. What happened to Edmure? Where's Edmure? Oh, Edmure died. Slain by Jack Crab. Probably shouldn't have started 2 wars, bro. Ned Stark, you know. So I'm gonna continue this series, but I think I am gonna start considering maybe bailing and finding maybe a more eventful character to play through. If you know, one of you guys let me know. Would you want me to continue this and play a couple years as Tyrion, or through Tyrion's whole life, just to see kind of what goes on in the world? Or do you want me to maybe jump to a different character and, you know, maybe have some more events, some more war, some more intrigue, you know, stuff like that? Just let me know if you have an opinion. And I am going to be posting some playthroughs of other games aside from Crusader Kings 3 soon. Maybe some EU4. I'm going to continue my Call of Duty World at War series, just cause, and honestly that one got like no views, but honestly that one especially is not about the views. I just love the classic Call of Duty campaigns, so I'm going to be doing that. Maybe play some other Call of Duties after that, but I think for now that's going to be it. So yeah, leave a like if you want to, subscribe if you want to, comment if you want to, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.